Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Friday, August 3. Come next week, board members of agencies under the Ministry of Energy will be meeting with Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The Prime Minister will be giving direct policy instructions to the board members of the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica, National Energy Solutions Limited, Wigton Wind Farm, Petrojam Ethanol Limited, Board of Examiners, Jamaica Aircraft Refueling Services, and the Government Electrical Regulator. The meeting will be held at the Office of the Prime Minister, where ministerial authority for the energy portfolio was recently transferred. Meanwhile, the leadership of the Spectrum Management Authority Board is yet to be finalized. That clarification came yesterday in a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, responding to media reports that an interim chairman had been identified for the post. In refuting the claim, the OPM added that government was still in the process of reviewing all boards of the Ministry of Science and Technology, including Spectrum. The various boards have been summoned to a meeting with Prime Minister Andrew Holness. They will be required to report on their activities and processes, as well as receive policy direction geared towards enhancing good governance, transparency, and accountability. The state-owned oil refinery Petrojam is seeking to reassure Jamaicans that the increase in fuel prices is unrelated to matters locally. The company's general manager, Winston Watson, says world market conditions continue to determine fuel prices in Jamaica, insisting that recent movement in prices have nothing to do with the domestic issue affecting Petrojam. This week, the price of petrol increased by over $2 for the more used 87 and 90 gasoline. That movement is being attributed primarily to two factors, namely international political issues and the annual high-peak summer travel season across the world. The management of Petrojam insists that petrol costs have largely remained stable since the start of the year and says government has no control over fuel prices. Tax collections for the first quarter of the 2018-2019 fiscal year is 9.2% above target. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ says preliminary figures indicate that for the April to June period, $79.9 billion was collected, more than $6 billion over the target of $73.2 billion. TAJ says this performance, which continues the positive trend recorded over the last 4 years, puts it on track to exceed the $320 billion annual target. The Revenue Authority contributes the outcome to the continuation of focused compliance strategies that began last financial year. These include closer monitoring of arrears and mandating all GCT taxpayers to file their returns online. TAJ says it will continue to utilize all the avenues available to encourage and foster voluntary compliance through moral suasion. Notwithstanding, tax evaders are warned that they will be aggressively pursued through intelligence and enforcement actions and brought to book. August 2019 is the projected deadline for the completion of rehabilitation work at the Caenwood Regional Hospital. The initial deadline was estimated for the end of this year. Chairman of the Rehabilitation Oversight Committee, Professor Archibald MacDonald, gave the update at a press conference on Thursday. Professor MacDonald says the comprehensive refurbishing of the hospital's main building is a huge and complex undertaking, pointing out that some level of work is underway.
The layout of the floors and redesign of the spaces for operating theaters, all of that is going on. It's not a single project, it's actually a program consisting of several projects. And the project management team is now in place.
The team is in the process of determining the scope of work and costing.
And putting together all the various agreements, engaging various consultants, structural engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, IT, you name it, as well as specialist work on the clinical side, and that they are set to work assiduously to get the job done.
The rehabilitation work is projected to cost approximately $2 billion. The Oversight Committee has committed to hold monthly press briefings leading up to the August 29 completion deadline. The main building of the Caenwood Regional Hospital has been affected by noxious fumes, resulting in bad air quality at the facility. This led to the relocation of patients, staff, and services to other sections of the property and neighboring hospitals. And finally, for the first time, a standalone grand gospel concert will open the festival celebrations at the Western Independence Village at the closed Harbour Beach in St. James. The news was revealed by Director of Community Cultural Development Services at the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, Marjorie Layden-Vernon, during a recent JIS think tank session. Ms. Vernon says the concert to be held tomorrow is an effort to meet the diverse needs of Jamaicans in this year's 56 independence celebrations.
We are going to ensure that we take our celebrations to everyone in Jamaica, the entire family in Jamaica. And so we're going to do that through our many events and activities that will unfold across Jamaica in our many, many parishes. And so we're taking the one love, the one family, to every Jamaican, their families, their friends, and visitors that will be joining us during the Independence celebration.
The Western Independence Village will be opened from August 4 to 6. It will be the second time that Jamaicans on the western side of the island are getting their own Independence Village. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.